Aries, welcome to your monthly readings, beautiful souls. Blessings to you. We are looking at August. What is happening for Aries in August? Now, beautiful souls, as you will know if you follow my readings, I usually do extendeds. And because of my mum passing away, I am doing all zodiac sign readings, and there's a little story to that actually as well, but I'm not going to do extended. I'm just going to give myself a little bit of time out, really. So I'll do these readings today, and I will bring as much detail into them as I can. And so my deepest apologies to those of you that are members on YouTube and on Patreon. I will be no doubt giving some extras back to you at some point, but right now I need to just look after me. Very, very interestingly, actually, after my mum passed and I was in that sort of zone of just needing to get grounded, I came back to my own readings. I don't normally look at my readings. I don't do them for me. And, you know, I looked at my sun sign, my rising sign and my moon sign, and each one was absolutely spot on. And I thought to myself, actually, at times of such upheaval, I am doing these readings most definitely, but I won't be doing the extendeds. But thank you all so much, all of you, just for being here, for liking, sharing, subscribing, and thank you to those on the extra platforms. Just thank you, all of you. Blessings to you. I'm seeing these cards too. So Aries, we're going to find out what is happening to you or for you, what's going on in August, what's the lay of the land. Actually seeing these two, feels like they're coming out 2 by 2 by 2, and we'll have a look at these as well. May we kindly ask for my beautiful Aries. I'm seeing it's actually that one. I think it's that one actually. Might be another one. We'll see. We'll bring the pack back in if we need to. We'll look at your oracle cards first, then we'll look at your tarot cards. You have the card of River, Flow. That's your first card. Then you have Island, Boundlessness and Isolation. I'm hearing no man is an island. We have the Oracle of Delphi and the Muse. Interesting. How did they I didn't really observe how they came out. Whether they were in reverse or not. I actually think with the Island, Aries, and the Muse, perception and opposition. Yes. I think there's some sort of almost a little bit of polarity in the energy around you during August. Almost as though, you know, on the one hand, I think you may find that you seek isolation. There may be times when you just want to put down an anchor and sort of withdraw. On the other hand, I think there are times when you are going to feel like you need people and that you want people, and it's helpful for you to have people around you. Maybe you're just going to be very selective about the people you have around you. It's almost like you've got the energy of the Muse, which is absolute support. The Oracle of Delphi, you know, being guided, your angels, your guides. And yet you have opposition, confrontation. You have perception, which means sometimes it's hard to see clearly with the moon. The card of River indicates that you need to go with the flow. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have the prayer. We have the Judge, and we have the Sword. Yeah, I think you're actually going to have to be quite discerning. I think there will be some sort of energy or situation around you in August, my dear, dear, dear Aries, where flexibility, adaptability is going to be needed. And also, it's not exactly isolation, actually. I mean, maybe there will be times you just want to back away and get still. I actually think the real key here is being able to step away from something so that you can kind of clearly see what the steps are. You know when you're in something, sometimes you can't see the woods for the trees. And I think the energy of August that we're being shown at the moment is for you to hold a clarity of perception. And I think there'll be decisions that you have to make. And some of those decisions, you know, you may find, you could find you've got a conflict of interest, or you're just a little bit bewildered with the moon. Do you or don't you? Do you do it this way? Do you do it that way? It just feels like decisions will need to be made with the Sword, and quite fast with the lightning bolt coming through here. So what I see, my lovely Aries, is circumstances and situations around you where you're going to need to make probably some, quite split second sort of fast decisions. And that it's what you're reading is really highlighting is that it's really super cool to go and get advice and guidance from other people. And indeed, that might be really valuable to keep an objective viewpoint. But I would also be very discerning about who you talk to, because sometimes if you talk to 10 different people, you'll get 10 different answers. And I think there will be people to guide you. There will be people who are really, really, really valuable to you. I think you do also need to step back and take time to really view your choices or these decisions from all angles. Actually, it's like having the bird's eye view. Look at the owl perched up here, and foxes are very adaptable. They can think on their feet. They're very shrewd. What are your tarot cards showing us? May we inquire for my lovely Aries? Well, there's a huge number of cards just popping out for you just like that. I think that's a really good start. It also makes me feel like that's sort of what's happening. It's almost like suddenly the cards are there. The cards are on the table, Aries, and you have to deal with some things, I think. Now we have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, I think fast. Look at the lightning coming in. I think some stuff is going to require you to be quite flexible, quite adaptable. And I think to have to think on your feet. Now the Eight of Swords would indicate, I think, especially this one where she stands on a precipice. Maybe you feel like you're having to make decisions quite quickly, and maybe you don't feel like you have all the information, or if you're somebody who has a tendency to overthink, that could be going on here. We've got the Six of Cups, which is lovely. Okay, I think you'll be really guided here, looked after. I always think with the Six of Cups, there's a lovely sense of support, care. Two of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and the Four of Wands. I think we've got to have room for another card here if we just move these along a little bit. That's what I feel like. I think there's got to be another card coming in here. Let's ask for one more. I think you make quite, yeah, look at this, you have the Death card. I think you make an important decision, actually, during August, my lovely Aries. I think you are called possibly quite quickly. I'm not saying the decision will be new to you. For some of you, it could be unexpected. For others, it could be something you've been planning on doing and something you've been thinking about. But I think you're called to make you have to make quite a quick decision about something. And it's like a judgment call. You just have to. And what I want to say, my lovely Aries, is I think it's quite a significant one. And I do think with the Four of Wands, you will, I want to say you'll make the right choice for you. And so you should. Why is it that there's a little bit of opposition here? What's that about? Let's check in for you, Aries. What's the opposition about? May we kindly ask, what is the opposition about? The High Priestess. Okay, so there's a lot of guided energy. And look at her holding the key. And a great big owl sitting here on her shoulder. I think perhaps the challenge here is you've got to follow your intuition. You know when you've got to make a split-second decision or you're called to make a decision quite fast and your kind of gut feeling says this is what you need to do. But actually your mind can really play tricks on you, because it reminds me of things like house buying. I always think if you actually get to a point where you are fortunate enough to be in a position to buy kind of real estate, it's like It's one of the fastest, it's perhaps the biggest, most expensive thing you're ever going to buy. And yet, we very often we walk into a place and we think, oh, this feels really right, or I could never live here. But you then make that really big decision, and then after you've made the decision and you've made the commitment, then there's a lot of worry involved. Was this the right thing to do? Should I do this? Am I doing the right thing? And this is the kind of energy around you. But I think there's a decision that almost with the moon as well, I think you make it. The decision that you make is rooted in sort of that deep-seated intuition. I think it's absolutely the right decision for you. And look at the whale coming up, boundlessness. The no man is an island, and the muse. The muse could be that you're simply following your heart. There is actually something, I think there'll be a decision to make sometime in August, my beautiful Aries. And I think it's quite significant. Really quite a significant choice. We've got the card of strength. This is a lovely card of strength. Look how gently she sits with the bear. There's a real sort of courage of your own convictions, my lovely Aries. I'll ask about what this is for you. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. I think this could be a decision that connects to either your physical, well, it could be your emotional health too, but maybe to do with your health, your well-being, the location that you live in, or your job, your home, your family. I feel that's where the decision lies. It's the sort of the pragmatic, practical stuff of your life. It doesn't feel like you're having to overcome some monumental sort of inner doubt or some internal growth. This feels like an external choice that affects the sort of almost the material stuff of your world. With the card of prayer and the hand coming up here, I think really all you have to do, let me show you this, that hand, really truly, in many ways, I think this could be something you've prayed for. You know, something you wished for, and suddenly there's an opportunity. I think because it happened so fast, I think that's why you're slightly thrown, actually. Look at this fox, you know, the stepping stones are lined up. It's like your ducks are in a row almost. It really feels like, with the Oracle of Delphi and the High Priestess, it's like someone gives you a key to something. But I think because it happens so fast, or it requires you to make a fast choice or a fast decision, that's what's really hard. It's almost like you're pressured. That's why we've got the opposition. I think that's where you feel pressured to have to make a decision quickly. And I think it does, really. I mean, for some of you, it will literally be out of the blue. For others, it's something you've been working on, but suddenly you find yourself faced with the choice or the decision, almost like ahead of time, more quickly than you thought you were going to be. And I think there is some sort of fear of, or concern about, maybe even also of disappointing other people. You know, when you're put in a position where you can make a choice and a decision, but it's kind of like you're also, well, do I think about other people or not? But this is really, really, really right for you. And as I said, if you ask 10 different people what they think, you'll get 10 different answers. And this is very, very important. It's important that this is something that you make for you. I do feel you'll be guided. I wasn't sure whether the muse came out in reverse or upright. But either way, I think whether it came out upright or in reverse, I think it's connecting to this sort of opposition to the choices. And that I think the real deal is that you have a choice to make, and it's a fast choice. And I think that makes it quite challenging, because it's like, do I, don't I kind of thing. I will, of course, be doing readings on the main YouTube channel throughout the month, my beautiful souls, so do check them out. But let's just make some more inquiries for my beautiful Aries. May I kindly ask, because I'm not doing extenders, usually I dive really deeply into this in the extenders, but let's ask today, may I kindly ask for Aries about this sort of choice? Anything else they need to know or would be valuable? Look at that. You've got the 10 of Pentacles. This is the lottery win of the tarot. This is the, and again, the physical substance, the practicalities. I think it's a real physical, practical choice to do with your actual, your money or your home or your health or your finances, your career, or it's the physicality of your world. This is a huge opportunity. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what else we have. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. We've got the card of Strength coming up again. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles. I think the real biggie here, my lovely Aries, whatever the choice is, I think the dilemma is to do with disappointing other people or feeling like maybe you let someone down, or maybe somebody thought you were going to do something in a particular way, and then actually it emerges that another option comes along, and it's like you've got to sort of close the door to one thing in order to choose the thing that's really right for you. I think this is a really, really, really amazing opportunity. You've got the 10 of Pentacles and the 9, and this is really a sense of satisfaction, of again, emotional reward, financial reward, physical, again, the physical stuff of your world. But I always do feel with the 9 of Pentacles, there is a sense of self-satisfaction, because it's like you did it. I think with the 5 and the 5 of Cups too, I think there is a sort of a concern about doing something that's really, really right for you. It could also be that the fundamental choice and decision, maybe if you've got commitments to other people, and it might be like, let's say you received a small lottery win, for example, and you have, it's not enough to sort of set sail into the sunset and retire forever and do everything you ever wanted and support everybody you know. But there's enough for you to invest in something that would be right for you. And it could almost be like a dilemma. Do you hold on to and do what's right for you, knowing that it will benefit you in the long run and you'll be able to benefit others? Or there could be a sort of a pull, but on the other hand, I could give this to so-and-so and that to so-and-so, and, their circumstances are difficult. Interestingly enough, I actually think, Aries, that you're meant to invest in yourself. I really, really do, with the High Priestess and the Key. I feel like you are absolutely meant to invest in something for you. And the real key here is, and to be really clear about it, because I actually do think you are being guided. And whatever the investment and however you move this forwards, ultimately, I think this is one of those things like, if you put your oxygen mask on first, then you'll be able to help others. But almost like if you apply that principle to finances and investment, if you're right, other people will be right. If you look after you, then you'll then later on be able to look after others. This is a definite reading that is encouraging you to invest in you. And I do think there literally is a key of some sort being offered to you, some sort of finances, potentially resources, money, energy. I think the decision has to be made fast, and this is where I think the choices are to do with, do you look after you or do you distribute your wealth? But there's not so much wealth. If you don't invest in you, then you won't be able to invest fully in your own future. And this is a stepping stone significantly for you to move, literally for some of you, to maybe even to move overseas. But I think this is really about an investment in something for you, and your reading seems to be really encouraging you to prioritize yourself. My lovely Aries, this is your reading for August. This is what seems to be coming through as the biggest sort of dynamic. However this applies to you, do keep me posted in the comments, and thank you so much if this is resonating with you, or you come back if it does resonate with you in August. Do give the videos a thumbs up, let people know about this channel, because I've only recently started this second channel for all zodiac signs. And thank you so much to those of you who are connected to my other channel as well. Thank you all who are on Patreon and in the YouTube members area. And thank you for bearing with me while I sort of navigate lots and lots of things that I need to attend to because of my mum passing. I am so, so grateful for you bearing with me, because your support actually helps me to keep my free online library free. So thank you for bearing with me. And I will hopefully next month, all being well, I'm just going to literally go with the flow though. All being well, I will hopefully be doing extended readings for you again. And anyway, I hope to do some extras for you regardless. Thank you so much, all of you, for being there, for your love and support. Tons of love, Aries.